all this time, what is in your mind?
I was just feeling like God is no longer there for me. The moment our main doctor confirmed that's the
Hello, it is 31st December, year 2021. We are grateful to God that we have seen the end of this year. Has the Lord been faithful to you? Oh yes, from my side, He has been good. He has been faithful. He has taken me through this year together with my family and friends, and I am grateful to God. What are you grateful to God for? I am also grateful that God has been good to this show, this amazing show. We have gotten many feedbacks from you. There are those people who have said they were about to get into separation, but after watching some of our programs, they have reconciled, and we give God all the glory. Thank you for the support you have given us. And even as we start the new year, I can assure you that we are getting to higher levels. There are great things that are lined up for you, so you can be sure that always be tuned in to this program. This is Couples Will Show, and this is where we write down our love will when we are alive, but we don't want our love story to be read when we are 6 feet under. Neither do we want our love story to be told when we are gone. My name remains to be Willie Kinyash, the undisputed, and this is Wema TV, the voice of hope. Tungetaka kujua pia unavukishia mwaka wapi. Yes. From where I come from, we say, where are you jumping the year from? Unavukishia mwaka wapi? As I've always said, this show is not monologue, and so we would love to know where you are watching us from. Thank you for all those who are tuned in from diaspora. Asanteni sana. We really appreciate you so much. May the Lord bless you. And tonight, last Friday, we had an amazing story from the Gachiras, and they are back here. We left at the place where they went to the clinic, and the doctor said one twin has collapsed. And so we are picking it from there. Hi guys.
Hi.
Karibuni sana.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Your story really touched many. And we have gotten feedbacks, and people are saying that they have been blessed by your story.
Amen.
And there are some who have said they are very sorry for what happened. So, karibuni sana.
Thank you.
After here, mnavukishia mwaka wapi?
Owe.
It is 9:48 now. After here, mnaenda wapi?
Unanipeleka wapi?
I
have jumped the year we've used so many times.
Yes.
Being the one who had that direction. Wewe unanivukishia wapi?
Tutasimama kwa balcony. Tuone fireworks.
Yes.
Yes. As at now tuna plot.
Amna plot.
But tunaweza
We
step out
welcome.
hapa.
Lakini
Yes.
tuna welcome plots zikuje.
Oh.
We hakuna curfew.
Hakuna curfew.
Yes.
So we are free.
We are free.
Sawa. And happy new year in advance.
Happy
Let me
New
be the
Year.
first one to wish you a happy new
Happy
year.
New
Happy New
Year.
Year.
May the Lord give you a wonderful year.
Amen.
Year full
Amen.
of God's blessings.
Amen.
And also to our viewers, happy new year in advance. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the face of the Lord shine upon you, even as you start this new year.
Yeah.
Yes, salimieni our viewers. Na muambie about the Empress.
Yes. Hi guys. Unajua kitu cha kuwa normal. Sisemaga tu hi guys. kwa channel.
To a point even our daughter whenever anaona mtu amefungua YouTube
Anasema hi.
Hi guys, subscribe.
Ashazoea. But we are back. We have that channel called The Empress, where we are sharing our experience that we have undergone together. And for us, it's more of her end explaining what women experience. Apparently, this is something that women are going through. This is purely based on the feedback we've gotten, even from people in different countries, telling us that thank you very much that you're explaining things that we are experiencing 30 years in marriage.
Yeah.
Imagine. So for our end is explaining to those ladies that you are not alone.
Yeah.
There are other people experiencing similar or near similar issues. And don't just stay there and you feel the world is crumbling down. No, stay strong. God is with you.
Yes.
And my role in that thing is to show the male counterparts that there's a role to play. We have had issues again through feedback that people are almost separating. Because you see the man understand what is happening to this woman.
Yeah.
First of all, tunataka kupata mtoto hataki. And probably she's undergoing some things. It goes even to levels of the man wants sex. These are things about marriage.
Yeah.
And when the lady is experiencing those things, you need to hold on.
Yeah.
So again, my role is to show there's male participation during this journey.
Yeah.
And that marriage works. You have to be together.
Wow. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jules?
Yeah, so hi guys. Thank you for having us, Willie, once again. And we also appreciate the support that we are getting from also your fans. So the Empress channel, as my husband has spoken, it's these days we call ourselves women health advocates.
Wow.
We are here to advocate for people to speak out and to get help. Because if you don't explain, if you don't tell your story, how will you get other people's story? How will you get solution? So we are women health advocates. And apart from that, it is also important to note that we also speak about relationships as raw and candid as it comes out. Unscripted. So relationships, how marriages are based on our very own story and parenting and now the pregnancy journey. Because you might have women health issues, but of course not experiencing the pregnancy part. So purely that's what we speak about. And yes, we encourage people to see the positive side of this life based on that line. So yes, you can go to our channel, The Empress, and check out.
And subscribe.
Yes. There's one ulifanya ilichoma
Gani?
about vasectomy.
Yes, we've discussed about that. Wanawake wamecomplain sana that they are undergoing all these things. From pregnancy, taking contraceptives, changing body, and all that. Sijui tena CS, pregnancy. At now, when it comes to the last baby, it's the time now the man
to take up
the role and the baton and do vasectomy. Asa, please check out. You'll see vile wazee pale wana.
I was also featured. Yes, I was also featured there. So you can go there and get my yes, you know what I mean. So karibuni sana.
Thank you.
So we want to pick it from where we stopped last Friday. So you've gone to the clinic and the doctor have given you the saddest news. And the way he gave out this news, somehow it was confusing because he's using words that you cannot explain. So I don't know who will start.
Maybe I can start, then he will pick it up. For me, in person, it was one time in my life that I cannot explain what was going on. I did not even know what to say. I stopped even hearing people speak. My world stopped for that particular moment. But as it stopped, I still didn't believe what he was saying. For me, I took it as he's just careless. you know, at that particular point where you want this doctor to be the careless one, to be, you know,
To be wrong.
Totally wrong. And for me, I knew that this one, hii tu ni kuongea tu anaongea. I didn't believe it, but my world had crumbled as much as I couldn't believe it. I was there just crying, and I don't know. I mean, I couldn't even, you know, think twice at kuna mmoja amebaki. How can he say that ameenda? Just the other day we were here, the baby was fine. So I knew that that wasn't the end for me. I knew that that wasn't the end for that baby. I believed that. And I remember that particular day when we were leaving the hospital, before he explains how he felt at that particular time. I remember when we were leaving the hospital, I just texted our best couple, the lady, and asked her, how many days did Lazarus die before Christ came, before Jesus came and rescued him from that death? Si Jesus alikuwa beshte ya Lazarus?
Yes.
So alikufa for how many days?
For 4 days.
Yes.
I remember you also called me.
Exactly, and I also called you.
Yes.
So I told her, she asked me, why are you asking all these questions? Mami, don't worry, just answer me. Nikamwambia, now we have 72 hours in my case. I need you to pray. I need you to pray tonight, because tomorrow I'm going to hospital. Tomorrow I'm going back to hospital, and another hospital in that case. And I want the same God to do the same miracle. And from there, I will tell you what is happening. I won't tell you right now. I'll tell you after you've prayed tonight. Tomorrow I'll tell you, once I confirm that God has done it. So I left her at that point. I also called you and told you to pray.
Yeah.
Because for me, I knew that there is something that God could do. And so, the following day we went to another hospital.
But probably before that, the experience, you see, for her, when she was told, she started crying. And I remember she held my hand, squeezed it, and I told, my first question to the doctor was, so what happens to her? For me, it was about her. Because to me, I consider, this issue about the chicken and the hen, which one came first, to me, I consider you'll still get babies.
Yeah.
But if you don't have the mother, you can't.
Yeah.
So the doctor told me she'll be fine. Now that's when we asked, what about the second baby? So as she was still hysterical and all that, he did the scan for the second baby. The second baby was fine. So we wanted to understand, so after all that, what next? Told us, you'll just continue the pregnancy as though nothing has happened.
So the baby will not be removed?
No. So that is what now we were trying to think. Because you see, this is 28 weeks. Probability of getting out a baby at 28 weeks and that baby being healthy is very low. They'll be taken to incubator, but then the brain has not developed. So, you'll have a baby that is not fine, one way or another. So the best thing that he did, he left us. He gave us time. Because at that point, she was not okay. So I'm there trying, kujifanya hii mwanaume, you don't want to look very weak. You're giving her strength and all that. We had gone with our baby. Because to us, it was a normal checkup and we had other plans. So our baby is there asking,
what's happening?
Because I remember akiniuliza, kwani mommy, have you pinched mommy? Daddy, have you pinched mommy? Nico like, no, I don't know why, because I had held her hand. Nico like, mtu anaanza kulia. So you're trying to, we nyamaza kwanza. We're having a bigger issue right now. Yeah. We took a bit of time. They gave us a bit of time. Thank God we were the last, because that meant we had more time in that room.
Yeah.
So as we got out, the first thing I thought is, I want her to get attention and somebody to console. And at times, us men, we miss. Wanatuambianga tumekosea mahali. So the first person I thought is, I need another lady friend. Ndio kae na yeye. I called again one of the friends in Warriors.
Yeah.
She was at work. I told her, I don't know how your schedule is, and especially even tomorrow, because remember it's weekday, but I need you to come home straight. Hey, so she was wondering, hey, Justin isn't behavior, you know. I told her, actually, let's do this. Let me pick you up from work. And she said, sawa. So I thank God for such friends, because now picked her up, we went home, I left them. So they were in the bedroom, I was in the sitting room. So, you know, it's easier when that happens than where, because there are some things you might do and it may not augur well with her then. And we are thankful for that family, because at night the husband came. From that is on Thursday all the way to Sunday. They slept in our place. They went even for the kids, and they stayed there. That's now when to her it did happen. But then she had refused to take in that message. But you see, for me, because I was looking at the scan, probably to explain to people, when a baby collapses, that's why they use that word, is her body collapses, literally. So when the scan is being done, you usually see, you know, full head, nini. But when a baby has died, the skull goes in. So you actually see a ring. It's a white ring. So that means skull may collapse, the body iko juu bado. Yes. So everything about that baby starts collapsing. Inaenda ikiisha.
Yeah, slowly.
The following day you were to go.
So that's why. Hospital. That is why we went. Because you see, to her, Aija happened. No.
This is not adding up.
It wasn't.
And for me, I cannot say it has happened because I know what I saw. There's nothing about at years it could happen. But you can tell her. Atakuwa, you know.
Yeah.
So we went to another hospital. And what we usually do when you go to another hospital, because we did that a lot, is we never told them that we have twins. Because when you tell a doctor, already ushamwambia, wacha figure out the... By the way, we were very... Tulikuwa hatuamini madaktari. So we will go, alafu, akifigure out, ako like, hey, you guys, did you know it was double gestation? Ako like, yes, we know. So unajua, at least anajua chenye anafanya. So pia yeye akaangalia akasema, yes, there is no second heartbeat. Wow. So now that's when it started seeing. By the way, after that, we went to another doctor.
Yeah, the third one.
We went to another one. And now this one also confirmed. And for him, he said, we need to deliver the other one. Immediately. For him, it was immediate delivery.
This is at 28th week.
28th week. So now we are slowly heading to 29th. So again, that's when you do a lot of research. So about pregnancy, I think we have so much information about those things because we did a lot of research.
We became researchers.
We became researchers on medical aspects about pregnancy. And because the third doctor we knew was quote unquote a student of our main doctor. So we went back to our main doctor. All these three are not our doctor. Remember, our doctor referred us to the high risk.
Yes.
So the fourth doctor was our main doctor, because to us, as much as we've sought for other, medical opinion before, to us, whatever he said, we knew now it's a closed deal.
Yeah.
So the fourth doctor was our main doctor. So he confirmed the worst, and we told him now you've confirmed, we are not going back to high risk. You'll have to take us back. Yes. And he said, that's fine. Because now again, what happened is when she lost the second baby, the pressure went low a bit. Because you see, it has become a vacuum. So it went low. So we thought now that there's no preeclampsia, why not come back? Unfortunately, again, after a few days, the pressure came back. But now we refuse to leave that doctor. Yes, because of other things about the high risk. Remember, this is a person who told you you've lost a heartbeat. Just like that, you need to prepare somebody well. So we felt it was not professionally done. There are more aspects, we don't want to make Aga Khan look bad, but then for us, we wanted to go back to our main doctor. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So all this time, What is in your mind?
I was just feeling like God is no longer there for me. I felt as if he had left the time I needed him most, you know? Because what we did mention is that when we knew that we were pregnant, for twins especially, we went to our bishop and we planted a seed. We dedicated the two babies, even without telling the bishop that they were actually twins. We planted a seed. We put in that envelope double
what you wanted to give.
What we wanted to give, because we knew it was a double gestation. And so we knew that, hey, this time around we are safe. We've already planted a seed. So God is there. He has to be there anyway, because we've planted a seed. That's what we were telling ourselves. And so for me, my world had crumbled, you know. Everything that was revolving around me was not making sense. Even the pregnancy that I was carrying with the surviving baby. Because all this while, I knew that I would be carrying one dead baby and one surviving baby. And I didn't know what was awaiting me, because even carrying a dead baby is not a normal thing.
And you're in your house and you know, I'm carrying two babies.
Yeah.
One is alive.
One is dead.
One is dead.
Yeah. I used to wake up in the wee hours of the night crying, you know, and you'd find me on the internet trying to check how to deal with these, trying to check even tattoos that can represent that, because I felt like I just need to do something. You'd find me just crying. I would hear some songs and just start crying. I used to look at my dining table. Every time I sit there, I don't know, it used to rekindle some things, and I would just be taken away by emotions. But I thank God, because that baby that left us was the only baby that we had gotten a 3D scan of her. So we had a photo of her that we still have it in our house. And sometimes I tell myself, maybe God was preparing us, but we didn't see it coming. And because she's the only one that we got her photo. The surviving one, we never got her 3D photo. So I must say that the moment our main doctor confirmed, that's the time I just crumbled totally. Because I knew that if these three doctors confirmed that indeed the baby is gone, and now my main doctor has confirmed, God, you did not show up when I needed you. You did not come back the way you came back for Lazarus, you know, because I felt these miracles happen. I mean, they do happen. And with the level of faith that I have, I knew that, hii hata habi akikosa kuwa na faith, me I know, ami yako sawa, najua kako. In fact, wakati unaenda kufanywa scan, pregnant women will relate with this. You know, the heartbeat ka urani hivi. So this time, unasikia inagonga, lakini iko straight. So I was telling myself, cause inagonga, probably itarise, itaanza kwenda juu. All that was going through my mind. So I knew in one way or another, she would come back. Even when I was going to deliver, I was hoping that every doctor was wrong. So yeah, for me, it was a trying time indeed. But one thing I must appreciate, it's having a supportive partner. You know, that gave me strength in one way or another. Because every time I would get carried away by the emotions, he would step in very fast. He would always try to not talk about it or let me just be for that particular moment. So having a supportive partner also worked out for me quite well. And people who prayed for me, like you, I know when nilikusumbua sana, every other time I will tell you, pray, this is happening, pray. And I will tell you, I've not shared this with anybody else. It is only you we are sharing with. Pray. We are trusting God for this and that. And indeed, God prepares people for great things to come. And one word that kept encouraging me is that even God himself promised us that he will be with us in the storms.
Yeah.
He did not say that the storms will not be there. So the storm was there and he was with us, but we did not see him being with us, of course, because of the pain that we were going through.
Yeah.
At that time, hata simu hatukuwa tunashika.
Yeah.
I remember I would call these guys.
Yes.
10,
Our
10.
phones were not part of our lives, and people would forcefully come to our place to see us and not talk about it, just to see us. And we thank God for all those people who stood with us in prayers, visiting us and all that, sending messages of hope, because at that particular time you're still pregnant and you still need the strength to carry the other one. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But Willie, let me tell you one thing. I've learned when people are in that situation, you've lost a very dear one, or somebody has experienced a very fatal accident. We are very quick. I know it's a very controversial statement, but to me, because I experienced it, as Isha said, we are very indifferent with God. And the first thing we usually say is, God is with you, God works in mysterious ways. At that point, we didn't want to hear anything about God.
It was God's plans.
It's one of the things that I remember I told my dad as dad was coming. Don't talk about God, because my dad would skuma kabisa.
He's a bishop.
He's a bishop.
Yeah. So I told him, don't bring God into this, because I didn't want to hear anything about him. And after many discussions with people who have been in such situation, I realized it's very common. So you might even make that person kabisa achane na Mungu. And we have actually seen, like the colleague recently, I lost a colleague who did suicide. She was very indifferent with God. So kileta mambo ya Mungu, the more naileta, the more kando. And I felt that you need to let that person be encouraged, leave the religion part a bit. Slowly, now when it hit that person well, ataza ku relate, probably this is what I feel it's God's will. But yes, you become very indifferent with God.
Wow. Very true. I want us to take a short break and then we'll come back and we'll continue with this story. Yes, let us know where you are watching us from. It's getting emotional, and this couple is having an amazing testimony. It's a powerful, powerful testimony. They are sharing with us their journey they went through after they lost one of their twins, and the mother had to remain with the dead child until the time she gave birth to the other kid. This is Couples Will Show, and this is where we write down our love while we are alive, for we don't want our love story to be told when we are gone. My name is Willie Kinyash, and I am hosting the Gachiras. And you can check them out. They have a YouTube channel in Ajita, The Empress. Go and check them out, what they are doing out there. So the news. Now you have the news. One baby is gone. This is 29th week now.
Yeah.
And so the other baby is doing well.
Yeah.
How was that journey?
It was a difficult one, I must say. And every time, it got to a point now I started thinking about now my life in an in-depth. To a point, I was hoping that I would come out of the hospital alive, but another time I would have these thoughts that I won't make it out of these. That's what I was telling him, because in fact that day when he was driving me to the hospital, in my mind nilikuwa najiuliza, how will my babies be? How will our firstborn be? How will my husband be after today? Because sikuwa naona nikimake it, to be sincere. So before that, my doctor was insisting it's important niende normal delivery, but in my mind I knew I wanted the CS. Ndio tu watolewe, because I knew I had to give birth to 2 babies by the end of the day. And that is another traumatizing experience. and I knew it wouldn't be easy. And indeed, it wasn't easy because indeed I went for a normal delivery. Indeed, I gave birth to 2 babies, and of course, one was still in the process of crashing, but one was surviving. So it wasn't easy.
Were you able to see that?
I thank God for him. He didn't allow me to, because I didn't even know whether I wanted to or not. I didn't know. I kept asking myself that question before the day of the delivery. Do I want to? Do I want to? He actually asked me one day whether I was willing or I wanted to. But because I was indecisive, I didn't know. I wanted and I didn't want. Today I would think I want to see the other baby. Tomorrow I will think maybe I will see her and it would affect me even worse.
And this is the picture. Yeah. What she's saying, she wanted to see his picture because I took a picture.
So that now the picture, he took the picture that particular day. And even now the delivery, I was still debating whether I wanted to see it or not. So yeah, he didn't allow me to see it on the day of delivery, which was very good. I appreciate for that because probably ingenimaliza nguvu zaidi. And even after, because he took a picture with my phone and never told me, one day as I was, going through my photos, I saw something. And I knew that must be it. And I asked myself, am I ready to look at it? Nikavuka tu. Nikaendelea na the rest of the photos. It stayed there for quite some time. I don't know whether nilitoa, but nilikuwa najua iko hapo. But I wasn't ready to look at it. Yes. And that day of delivery, it was quite a long day for us. Because even holding the surviving baby, the nurses had to come and force me. Sikuwa na nguvu, both mentally, emotionally, physically. Sikuwa na nguvu ya could take in, all that had happened. Because now giving birth was also something that was taking me back to what had happened. It was reminding me that, what, you have been carrying both. You have been carrying both the surviving and the dead. And here is the time of accepting that it indeed happened. So yeah, it was a hard journey for us.
Yeah.
And but God came through. Because he made us stronger. As it said, whatever that does not kill you makes you stronger. Indeed, that statement is true. Because right now, we can speak about it and we are strong, even wanting to help other people who think that they are alone in, these kind of situations. We are there to encourage them that it actually happens. And having lost a cousin who lost her baby in her womb and she didn't stay for long, she passed on, we thought that it would happen the same way to us, but it didn't. God came through. Yeah.
So you got the baby through normal delivery.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was crazy. That's the simplest definition.
Probably to help her. But then I'm the type of a man who stays with the wife till they deliver. So
wow.
Kongole. Mimi ni wale uraba mgongo. Ninalala huko. I go into the labor room.
I tried once.
In the delivery room.
It was hard for me.
Yeah, my friend collapsed. And remember when you collapse inside, they don't deal with you because there's something more urgent than you.
So you're left there.
You're left there.
So to yourself.
Yes. So, but in my case, all my babies have been in the labor room. I always see my baby coming out.
Wow.
Yeah. So literally, I hold them as the first person. And the best way to explain that journey of delivery is, at first we almost lost the surviving baby, and
during the delivery time.
Yes.
Why?
Not during the delivery, but
Okay.
during
The labor process.
the labor process. Before delivery, we almost lost the baby, and during the delivery, we almost lost her.
What was the issue?
Let's just say at that point, so many things were happening. During when we almost lost the baby, it was the baby was under duress. So, you know, she was getting tired, or because again it took a bit of time, and for her, it was purely I think emotionally she was not strong, and yes, so it was a very bad situation for you know to experience. Yes.
So, so during the delivery, the surviving baby came first, or
Yes, that is now one of the things that you were lucky, and that is why the doctor was ensuring that she goes normal, because the surviving twin was well placed, and you know, yeye alikuwa wa kwanza, so it was easy. So for him, he said, you know, when we get the surviving baby first, we can wait until you're okay, so that we can get the second one. Because to him, he didn't want to force it out. Because if you try forcing it out and there's any rupture, so it will become now another crazy medical situation. So for him, ilikuwa, let's relax. But then during that point, that is when we were almost losing her. So that's why we had to waited. By the way, we waited
for how long?
We waited almost 30 minutes, 45,
True,
almost 1
actually
hour.
more than 30 minutes.
It was hours.
The doctor just
2
sat
hours.
down,
Sat down. Put music.
Yes. telling him to encourage me to have the strength. I didn't have
Yes.
a single strength. You know, knowing that you will be pushing for a dead baby.
Yes.
I didn't even have the strength for myself, you know, just for me, not even for that baby, just for me, I didn't have it. But God was faithful enough to come through. I don't know how it happened, but He was faithful enough that things happened the way He planned them to happen, and the way they were supposed to happen.
Wow.
Yeah.
And to me, I consider it a win in a way, because this, you know, remember we have a firstborn, this is the secondborn. This is the first child that mtoto akitoka uinuliwa na chapo, analia. So you know that's what we normally see. So this is the first one that actually alilia akizaliwa, because the first one, it was another complication.
Yeah, the firstborn came out blue.
It was blue. She was actually dying.
Yeah.
Yes. But
This
again,
girl friend of mine, Zuhura.
Yes. Zuhura was almost dying, because the cord was on her neck. So again, when she came out, it was trying to do things very fast. The ped was very good. Yes.
Wow.
But this one, at least we were happy. When alilia, ekwa vizuri, now I had to concentrate on her, trying to ensure that she's fine. Yes. And we thank God, at last everything was done.
After now, the dead baby came out. How did you feel?
I was trying to listen to myself whether I was still alive. That's the simplest way to say it. I didn't have the strength, but at that particular time, I think my spirit spoke to God and said, just thank you for letting it just come out. You know, because remember, I don't have the strength at this particular time. And so just that one moment of having to gather that strength to push it out, and God helped us so much that it came out as a whole, as a package, the way the doctor wanted it to come out. It was just a miracle for me. But from there, I didn't even realize myself, because a lot was going through my mind. I was still trying to feel whether I'm still there. I didn't know that I would survive out of that ward. I mean, out of that delivery room. But I thank God that the moment I had the nurses waking me up, wake up, have you seen your baby? I told them no. and they could see that there was something wrong with me. I heard them speaking. I could hear them speaking from afar. This is almost 4 to 5 hours after delivery. I've not held the baby. I've not seen the baby. I'm not in a rush to even ask for my baby. I'm there sleeping helplessly. He had to rush home to go and, of course, take care of the other baby, and then come back. He had not slept the whole night. He was there with me, and so he had to go and then come back later. So when he came back, that's when I think the nurses had just brought the baby. They had to actually step in to make sure that the baby gets the mother and child connection, because if those hours surpass that particular
There will be a
period,
disconnect.
there will be a disconnect. So yeah, it was a hard moment for me as a mom. But I thank God. I thank God that things happened the way they happened. When we came back home, that's when I was telling him, hey, mi sikuwa najua nitarudi kwa hii nyumba. Yeah. But I thank God. God is a faithful God.
Yes.
And he did not leave us when we most needed him. We only thought that other time is when we most needed him, but he knew when we needed him most.
Yes.
And he came through for us. Yes. Yes.
So Justin, you yourself, you are able to see the other baby.
Yes. So now the word collapsing made sense then, because you could see the structure of the baby, everything, but collapsed. So collapse is mainly, you see the baby looks like a C, so it mainly collapses. So all the parts now become something solid.
So it was like
just the thing there in a sack, so you could see every structure of that baby, because you see 28 weeks, it's a very big baby.
Yeah,
it's a very big baby. So yes.
Okay.
It's a crazy experience. So you can imagine what you're having now, what you were having at that point. You're confused, but to me, I didn't want her to see. I know, unambiagwa unajua mtu wako. So I knew she would become very hysterical. So hiyo nilikata. The doctor gave you a chance. Do you want to take the baby to bury, or should we proceed with the normal medical processes? I didn't want us to take, because if you take the emotional side, you create more problems.
Yeah.
So to them proceed, and I ensured the surviving one was okay. I took them to the nursery. Then now that's when I ensured she had gone to her room, and I left.
Wow.
But we are very thankful to that hospital. All our babies we've delivered in that hospital, and we recommend it anytime because of this customer service.
Wow.
Because that's, I think, is the key. It makes you feel okay, even when you're not okay. Yes, that's MPSHA.
Wow. MPSHA.
MPSHA hospital is a very good hospital. Yes.
Thank you to MPSHA hospital.
Yes.
Yes. Did the doctors, by any chance, explain why they chose you to go through the normal delivery and not CS?
Well, the doctor mainly said the main reason why he wanted us to go through the normal delivery is because the surviving baby was well positioned, and whether they were both surviving or not, that was the first baby to be delivered. So at least her being where the first baby to come out is supposed to be, then the other one, since the other one was gone, then it was easier. It was an easy delivery according to him. Yes.
They didn't see any risk.
No, there's no risk, because look at it in this perspective. So the surviving one was well positioned to the outlet. So it was easy for you to get her. If it was vice versa, that will be an automatic CS. Because you see, if it's the dead first, you cannot wait the second one who's surviving. You cannot wait for that person or give her time to wait off. And there's also the second aspect. The second aspect was very personal now to me. If you would have taken the CS, it would have been very expensive. Yes. To be sincere, for me, it was also looking about the expenses, because the journey had costed us too much that now if we did a CS and there was an option of doing normal and everything was fine medically, it would have been very expensive. Yes.
Wow. Wow.
And you see, again, you have a life to continue
Yes.
after.
Yes.
And the fact that now that is why you should tell her, just relax. The baby is well positioned. He has the scans, nini. So relax. It will be well. So she goes back, she sleeps. Tomorrow she wakes up. I think I want a CS. And I'm like, no. Skiza, kuko na bei pia. So kuna wakati
Wewe unaangalia mfuko.
Mimi naangalia mfuko. Yes. And I thank God everything went well.
Wow. Wow.
Though at labor when the baby was in distress, CS was almost an option.
Yeah.
Yes. Again, our doctor is a very good doctor. That's a very blessed man. So he came through and gave us options. So what he did to her, he said, if this doesn't work, atuna, there's no other option. Ni CS. Again, God came through.
Wow.
Ikawaka.
Amen. Wow. And here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are.
And the baby now is how
Turning
old?
4 months.
Turning 4 months.
Yeah.
And she's right here in Wema Studios.
Yes.
And the baby is beautiful.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Looking more like me than her, but yes.
No. We are 50-50.
Wow.
Yes.
That was quite a journey.
It was.
It was.
But we thank God for the grace.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
God's grace has been sufficient.
It has been.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So anytime you see a pregnant lady and they come back with a baby, people think it's a normal thing.
It's not.
You know, it's like the way people think when you wake up in the morning, it's a normal thing. Dalala niamke. The journey that those people pass through, the fight they have in that labor room in a spiritual realm is you cannot understand.
You cannot.
Yes. And that's why we emphasize on the male participation, because a man does not understand what the women are passing through during that time. So you need to walk with them.
And actually, I want you, I mean, as Jules have said,
Yes.
you were there all this time.
Yeah.
You walked with her, you stood with her, you encouraged her. And I want you to speak to men out there
Yes.
who could maybe right now, as we are talking here and they are watching this show, maybe the wife is expectant and this man is nowhere to be found.
Yes.
Talk to such men.
To the men, again, our YouTube channel, we speak as it is. So I'll tell you as it is. When the ladies are pregnant, they become very pushy and very confusing, and that disturbs the male people. The man feels, amekuwa a bother. I still need to go out. So if you're not saved, you usually go out. You leave this lady, pregnant there, all alone. And you think that's a good thing because you're also experiencing this mixed emotion. Please, try and control yourself, because whatever she's experiencing is not near what you're experiencing. So even me during my time, I will, you're confused.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go out sometimes nienda nikae mbali na yeye. But then the biggest thing I was avoiding to me was postpartum. Because ukimweka in a certain level that support apate postpartum depression, you're dealing with now something bigger than what. So be there, support them, make them feel like, uko pale. And hata juzi we had such a discussion with some men who are trying to avoid being with their wives, with their families at when, those points that they need.
Yeah.
They need them. Saying that, men are just providers. As long as namletea hospitali atapata, ataenda hospitali mzuri for checkups, that's more than enough I'm doing. No.
Yeah.
Quality
it's
time. You can still provide when offering quality time.
True.
Yes.
True.
So support them. Be a present man before and after the baby.
Wow.
Is born.
Wow. There's also this issue of after you've gone through such an issue, you'll find people are concentrating more with the woman and the father is left there. Sijui kama unaambiwa kaa ngumu ama wewe jisort.
It happens by there a lot. And it's actually just the other day when we were sharing our story in YouTube, our YouTube channel, that she came to know that even when we lost the baby, she will cry at night, but when she was asleep, I would wake up. Now I'll go and cry in the sitting room. Yes. Because you see, it's also, let me tell you, I'd already seen myself having, walking. I will tell her when we had the children, walking the four of us when I'm holding these two girls. So I'm also emotionally attached.
Yeah.
Yes. But you cannot show this in front of her. Hapo ndo unakaa ngumu. But actually you're not okay. Yes.
Wow.
And it is fine not to be okay. It's okay not to be okay. Yes.
Wow. Wow.
So over time you deal with it, you understand that yes, let's support her. But unakaa ngumu kiplani. Yes. You have to try. Yes, you have to try.
Wow. Jules.
Yeah.
It's all this time you'd be open to your husband.
Yeah.
And you explain to him what is happening, what is going on. Maybe there are some women out there, they will not tell their husbands what they are going through. What would you tell such women?
First of all, I would want to encourage women out there. It doesn't matter what you're going through, you're not alone. So many other women are going through the same or worse situations. Yeah. But the best thing about all this is when you decide to speak up. Communication is key to every problem. I remember there are times I would wake up, I'm feeling bad. I don't want anybody to speak to me. Hormones are all over. I will tell him, by the way, trend carefully today.
She say that.
Trend carefully. Sina moods. Kwa hivyo ukisikia nimeongea vibaya, jua imeumana leo. Hata mimi sijielewi. Sometimes I would have bad headaches. And that is when we would actually notice. Haya, kumbe every time pressure ime kick, ndio kichwa inaniuma. Some things are happening. I used to speak out my problems. And he would know, haya, it's that time to kimbie hosi. And every other time anything would happen, I will try and communicate so that he can understand what I'm going through. But this particular time when after we lost, he would only see me keeping quiet, keeping it to myself, niko kando, and then he would ask me, are you okay? I will just shake my head, no, I'm not okay. I won't, of course, say everything, but he knows what is wrong with me at that particular time because he has learned me over time.
Yeah.
But it's good to say it as it is, communicate to your person. Hata kama at that particular time ajiski kukusikiza, speak out, atakumbuka ya, she had mentioned something, probably I should look into it. So communicating to your spouse is key to, even your relationship. So I would encourage you, speak out. Speak it as it is. And if you feel that you need someone to pray for you, tell that particular person. Vile sisi tulikuwa tunakupigia.
Yes.
Tell that particular person because prayers are also very key to any marriage, to any relationship, to any issue. Even your pregnancy, kwanza hizi mambo za pregnancy, they are very, what do we call it? Ni spiritual sana. So pray. Let's have someone who will be praying for you out there. Because for us, especially after we lost the baby, we were not able to pray. The power, the energy to just pray, we lost it.
And connect with God.
And connect with God, we lost it. But there's one thing that we did not lose. Worship songs that used to speak to us.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think that is the way that God used to speak to us, reminding us that he will never leave us, reminding us that he's still with us, So we lost the energy to pray, but there were some people out there who were praying for us.
Yeah.
They were bridging the gap for us.
Yeah.
So just pray and speak out, speak to your spouse. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've had some people who have gone through such issues, and you find the family coming up with some stories. There's something happened, or there's something you didn't do. Are there some people from family who came and started throwing some?
For us, we did not share. That's what we did. The only people who knew are our parents, and we told them not to share. So we ensured that the issue was well kept within our circle.
Very small.
Yeah, even the friends who now forced their way, very good friends who forced their way in when we were not reachable. We explained that whatever we're experiencing, this is what happened. We didn't give them a lot of details, but then we also told them don't share.
Yeah.
Yes. So that I think that is how we think we controlled that thing. Yes.
Wow.
And of course, I don't think we would have allowed it. We did not have the space to allow anything else other than how we will deal with this emotion. Yeah.
Wow. That has been quite a journey.
It
Yes,
has.
it has.
So when is the third one coming?
We are waiting for the rest of our friends.
Now you understand where the discussion of vasectomy came from.
Yes, now I understand.
Yes,
Yes.
and we are not doing it.
Yeah.
Yes,
What did you say?
the vasectomy.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, thank you so much for coming and speaking to the whole world. This is encouraging.
Thank you.
I know there is a couple out there that have been encouraged.
Yes.
And every time I'm hosting a couple, before we wind up, I always give them a chance to have a heart-to-heart moment. And I want to start with you, Justin.
Yes.
I want to give you a minute or two just to look at your wife and tell her something.
You're a strong woman, very strong. And I'm glad that as much as you've experienced all this, you've shared and we've experienced together. Because together, we are better. Yes. Nilikwambia nakonga na misamiati, naona ni mchezo.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, that's
Yes.
nice.
Yes, and I love you very much.
I love you too.
Jules.
Okay. So
Na
first of all,
usilie. Siaza kuna machozi hapa.
So first of all, I want to thank you. You are a rare man.
Toto man.
You're a rare man. Not so many would do what you do. You are a present husband. You're a present dad. A present boyfriend. And I love you so much.
Oh, thank you.
You are special. You are our superhero.
Eh,
We love you.
my friend, superhero ndio mimi.
Yes, and I
Love
love
you
you
too.
so much. Yes, thank you for standing with me when I needed someone to stand with me the most. It wasn't an easy journey, but you stood there. You let the world be ours alone, and you let your friends not ruin our space. You held my emotions, you held my hand, and you made me see there's worth in living this life. So I appreciate that so much, and I love you. Yeah.
Love you too.
Amalizi na kakitu.
Unaweza chocha.
To be continued.
Unaweza chocha.
No, I wanted you to seal those words.
To
Wow.
be continued.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nawapenda sana. And thank
Tunawapenda
you.
pia.
Yes, thank you for creating time to come and be with us and coming with that baby. Wow, thank you so much. May the Lord bless you and may the Lord bless your marriage.
Amen.
Amen, amen,
Amen.
amen. And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you
Yes,
too.
thank you.
Happy New Year.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes.
Yes, and that marks to the end of our tonight show. And from Couples With Show, we are wishing you a happy, blessed year 2022. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord walk with you. May the Lord answer all your prayers. And as you delight yourselves in Him. May He meet all your heart's desires. May the Lord bless your family. May you flourish. May you see Him this year 2022. This is Couples Will Show, and I was hosting marafiki zangu hapa, the Gachiras. Kindly go to YouTube and check out the Empress. They are doing quite an amazing work there. Go there and make sure that you subscribe. Okay? Please make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Otherwise, God bless you. Looking forward to seeing you another year. Thank you for walking with us. Every Friday you've been joining us, and you have just joined us. Karibu sana. This is Couples Will Show, and this is where we write down our love while we are alive, for we don't want our love story to be read when we are 6 feet under. Neither do we want our love story to be read when we are gone. My name is Willie Kinyash, the undisputed, and this is Wema TV, the voice of hope. Kwaheri, tuonane Friday. Bye.